Yeah, this is Keith Boggs, and this is the inspection debrief for 2205 Wimberly Way. I've taken about 130 pictures. I've got several videos. So we're going to go through everything right now. Later today, you're going to get two things from me. You're going to get a home inspection report, which is you're going to use for the builder, and that's going to just have the defects, the items that you want the builder to take action on. So these other things he's not going to care about. The videos he won't care about. Also, some of these things on here are for my purposes. And they will not be in the report. So, but any kind of defects will be in the report. Everything will be in this reporting right here.
Okay.
Every single thing that goes on. So,
okay.
Let me open up this first picture here. First picture is just a picture from the house. Nothing necessarily wrong. That's just for the title page of the report. This is the approximate direction the house is facing, approximately east. That the state requires that we put that on the report. This is the temperature, also required that we put it in the report. 44 degrees, not much colder than that. I'm not much warmer than that right now. So I was able to test the heat, but the air conditioning we cannot test unless it's above 60 degrees.
Okay.
This is your meter and a regular meter key. Actually, this meter key has been modified by me to fit all different meter boxes, and it can't get your meter box open. Usually, I can get 2 screwdrivers in there and get that box open, but I couldn't get it open. So one thing I couldn't do is verify for supply leaks. Okay. On the meter, there's a little indicator that spins around when there's a leak or when the water's running, called a low flow indicator. So I wasn't able to get to that. So you may want to call the city and have them put a new cover on here, because if there's any kind of a plumbing emergency and you're not home, I know you've got to shut off in the garage, but you want your neighbor to be able to go over there and turn off the water to your house. So that needs to be accessible to you.
So I can call the city.
Call the city. Yep. Just say I had a home inspection out here. He tried to use a meter key, couldn't get the box open. He tried to jimmy it open with 2 screwdrivers. He couldn't get it open. It seems to be stuck in place.
Okay.
That's just the location of it.
Okay.
This is as soon as first place I put my ladder, I saw a torn shingle. That's been there probably since day one.
Okay.
That shingle is also loose. This on top of this piece of flashing here, so they need to probably just replace that whole piece of shingle right there.
Okay.
This is the pitch of the roof, so it's over 10 on 12. You start getting around 11 on 12, 12 on 12, and it's not really, you can't really walk on it. If I had some different valleys, I could have, but the way the house is designed, I couldn't walk in the house. But I did go to several locations with the ladder and looked around.
Okay.
This is the water pressure to the house. So the range for water pressure is 40 to 80, and so you're about 65. So that should be fine for this size house. This is a vent over here on the north side of the house, and you can see they got a fastener there, but they forgot to put the fasteners here, and here. So they need to go up there and put 3 more fasteners, so at some point that doesn't come loose.
Okay, and that will be in the report.
Any kind of defect will be in the report.
Okay.
Only thing that won't be in the report is the videos, manufacturer's labels. I guess I'll be going over showing you things working. Those won't be in the report. That's just for talking points, just for our benefit. But anything that we want the builder to take action on will be in the report.
Okay, thanks.
This is your water heater. You have one on each side of the ring, and they were fine. No problems with either water heater.
Okay.
And that's just the manufacturer. That's for me. This is another vent, also missing 4 screws.
Oh wow.
So those will eventually just come loose. So over time. So you need to get to that one and put 4 more fasteners on there.
Okay, and this is behind.
On the north side.
On the north side. Okay, still that side.
Yep. This is your back patio threshold, and they didn't seal along here.
Okay.
So they need to really seal on this jamb here. See, there's a hole right there.
Yeah.
And it's a covered area, but if you're ever out there with a hose or you could get moisture into the wood flooring.
Okay.
So they just need to seal right along that bottom there. This is hail damage.
I see.
All along there, but
they're right here.
Yep, all along that side. Yep. This is an area. It looks like it's not draining very well. They have a couple drains there, but they're not in the right place. So I see this all the time with these ground drains. They put ground drains there because the builder told them to do it, but they don't think about putting it on the low spot. So you want to put the drain at the lowest spot. Otherwise, you're going to get it's going to be always muddy like this and attract insects and attract rodents and just be a mess. So they really should put another ground drain there.
Okay. So that's what we're going to ask for, ground drain.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And there we have a couple more over there, so just got to add another one and then connect it to the other 2.
Okay.
These are your Lennox condensers, and they both were fine. Manufacturer's label. These are both for me.
Okay.
And this is your other water heater, and it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So the garage door, the other one, they disabled it, but this one they did not. So there's a hole here or a hole here, and they're supposed to put a little bolt and a screw there. So if somebody doesn't accidentally lock into the track and then you damage the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's on this door up here.
On this
side,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, the
Okay.
right side door, yeah. This is a video. So there's 2 tests that we do of the garage door opener. We do a pressure test. So I put something in front of it and want to make sure that it reverses when it hits it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do another test where I put my foot in front of this eye to see that it reverses, to make sure that both those safety items work. So this is a video that I'm going to play for you.
Okay.
So you have it in your recording here. So especially it should hit that brake and within a second reverse, get back up. One more time on that door. Those 2 tests work, and I'll do the other door too.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'm just going to let them play so we have it for the recording.
Perfect. Okay. Reverse.
Okay, this is the first look at your panel box. It's pretty cold outside, so this is 101 normally is not if it's 100 degrees out or warm out. So when I first looked at the panel box, I was a little concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, if the panel will, after you start loading it up with electricity, it kind of starts distributing electricity, the numbers do drop down, and they did. So it turned out being fine. But that's the first look. I took 3 looks at the panel box.
Okay.
This is in the attic area above the garage.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some wires here in a walkable area.
Mm-hmm.
So there should be no wires within 6 feet of this area. Anywhere somebody could be walking, you don't have electrical wires somebody could trip on,
Right.
Or accidentally hit and pull loose.
Right.
And you have a loose connection, which could cause a fire.
Right.
So they needed to. I'll put an illustration, which is right from Code Check, and it shows you how they should protect those wires.
Okay. Great. That'll be in the report.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's a code thing. This same thing here. They need a seal along this threshold here, both at the back and the front door.
Mm-hmm.
You see a little hole that could get water in there.
One question regarding, like, you see this?
Oh, it's sticking out. This
Yeah.
Cut that loose.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Okay.
I put that in there to cut that.
And then one other thing on the garage door, I feel like they didn't do a good job of basically that kind of seals the whole door. That thing is kind of coming off, and I was kind of waiting until I.
You'll have to show me.
Yeah.
I can add that. It won't be in this video, but I can add it to it.
No problem.
Yeah. If there's anything at the end of this, if there's anything you want to add, we can add it.
Perfect.
And that's just the location of it. This is the very first register at the front foyer, and it's not blowing very hot. You'll see here I've got some more readings throughout the house, up around 106, 107 degrees. So this is about 20 degrees lower than it. So it's not distributing hot air. Not distributing. It doesn't have very good flow there at that register. Quite a bit of area in the house where you've got some areas that need caulking and painting. Some worse than others. So there'll be a bunch of pictures in the report. They won't. There's a bunch of them, so every single picture won't be in there, but a bunch of pictures, and it will just state for them to go around, like a blanket statement, go around and caulk all these different areas. But I'll show you this in all the videos here.
Great.
And so this both sides here need painting and caulk. Okay, so this is it when I got into the house. Remember, it was 83 before or something. It's about 20-degree difference.
Wow.
This is in the utility room, and this outlet is loose. You can jiggle it on the wall.
Okay.
It needs to be tightened up, not just the cover, but the actual outlet's loose.
Wow.
That needs to be tightened up. This is in the utility room. I'm not sure if you've seen this. This is a pretty good separation.
Yeah.
Right there.
Didn't. Okay.
So, and actually it's separating here too. So, not structurally significant. It's not. I want nothing to really worry about, but it doesn't need to be caulked and painted. and then monitor.
It's above
Even
the
that,
dryer.
even that moisture, the little bit of wet area over there, could be causing some of this movement because it's a monolithic slab.
Yeah.
So moisture anywhere that's not draining or draining slowly can cause that slab to move.
Okay.
So that's in there.
Yeah, right there.
And then on the other one too, right along there. Then also inside the floor, along baseboards. Basically, just need to walk around. That's inside the bathroom there. Just walk around and just it'll take them probably half an hour. Caulk it, paint it, and then move on.
Okay.
This is again another reading, 104, 105. I don't know if you've ever closed this door. This is closing very tightly.
Yeah.
That will eventually break that ball latch. So that needs to be. They can adjust that. That needs to be adjusted so it's not so tight.
Yeah.
So that door right there. Okay, this is in the bathroom. This is your left sink, and if you look at the spout here, you'll see the next picture. It moves, so it's loose.
Oh, okay.
So there should be. They're only going to get looser over time. They're not going to get tighter. So they need to tighten up that spout right there. Then this is some more movement.
Gotcha. Caulking
and painting there. Here, just caulking probably. So right along this whole thing here. Same thing with the other sink.
Okay.
Too loose. And this is in the master closet, and it's blowing better, but still not blowing
enough.
About 10 degrees below the other one, so they're not getting good flow there.
Right.
They never caulked around the tub. So this should be caulked around the whole perimeter of that tub.
Wow.
Because when you're in the tub, a lot of times you're splashing water over here. So they need to get around. That's something they missed. And I took this picture. These handles just came right off. I mean, you probably have never used the tub.
Yeah, I think my wife has a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
But,
so this handles, they both came loose. So this needed to be repaired. This is some more caulking and painting needed. That's here in the bedroom, there and there. And then this is right here behind us, actually. That looks like they never even caulked it.
Yeah. Wow.
That window right there, right behind you. Yep. Yep. And then also the baseboard is separating a little bit. You see that baseboard separating? Yeah, it's over here.
On this side, okay, yeah.
There. So we can just caulk and paint and then just monitor it. The reason I got this picture is this is the gas line going to the cooktop, and there should be a shutoff valve. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, I can show you.
It is there?
It's there. They showed it to us.
Okay, I couldn't find it. So it's important that it's there because if there's a fire, you need to get to that.
Yeah. But
you do know where it's at.
Yeah. Okay. I'll double check right now. Yeah. Because I do remember it. Yeah. It was one question.
Okay. It should be in an easily findable area where you get to. If there's a fire, you're freaking out. You're not where is it?
You know what to think.
Yeah. So they usually put it in one of the cabins right next, but I didn't see it there. This is on pretty good separation of the cabinet here, right here. So some caulking and painting there. Also caulking and painting. Quite a bit in here. This is along the splash wall here. So just a bunch of caulking and painting in that kitchen there. That's just flipped around wrong. Yeah, that's just that's right in here. This kitchen sink never seemed to get hot. When he went towards the hot area, if you went too far, it actually started to get cold again. So this valve needs to be adjusted. So it should be at some point it's too hot. You got to pull your finger away. So I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
Yeah, I did. They kind of throughout the house. I felt like because they're waterless, heaters. I feel like it takes a while for the water to heat up, and I don't know if that's something that's normal.
If there's a plumbing loop, and if it's at the very last fixture in the loop, it will take longer. But it should have gotten hot. I was there long enough for it to get hot, and it never seemed to get that hot. And again, the valve when you went too far, it actually started to get cold
again.
So that needs to be adjusted. This is your microwave. These next pictures are just showing things working. That's the microwave, manufacturer's label, and then this is me heating a bottle of water. So that the microwave does work. This is your oven. Now the oven, there was a problem. Oven was set to 350. But it only heated to a little bit above, about 385. So the range is
285, right?
280, I'm sorry, 285. Yeah, the range is 325 to 375. So it's I don't know if you had any problems cooking anything in here yet, but that's enough work.
We have to leave things in longer.
Yeah. That's why, because it needs. So they need to adjust that closer to 350. This is your dishwasher. That's a bad picture. And this is me testing the heat. It should heat to 120 or higher. So 124 is good.
Okay.
This is just to remind me to tell you that I did check the disposal. I filled up the sink and then drained it to look for leaks, and there weren't any leaks.
Okay, good.
And that's just the manufacturer's label. And then this is more caulking and painting. I think this is the dining room. Yeah. There and there. I don't know if you've noticed this. There's a window there that doesn't lock in place. This window right here.
Really?
On the left side, I couldn't get it. It locks above the lock. It's not. You can actually still open it from the outside.
Okay. Wow.
So it needs to be adjusted. This is more caulking and painting and separation.
In the office, I think.
Yep, this is in the office. Yeah, that's right. Yep, here and here. The reason I took this picture, this is a supply register and this is a return register. They're not super close together, but they're a little close together. Generally, the best practice is to you put the supply on one side of the room and the return on the other side.
Right.
So it's not the best placement, and it can cause some imbalances in the heating and cooling. Maybe sometimes where you're on, it's either too hot or it's too cold. There's nothing they're probably going to do about it. The house is already built, and this also could be something that the engineer said this is where they have to go. It could have been out of their control. I'm going to put it in the report just so we have it in there.
Okay.
That's just where it's located, and this is in the bathroom, more caulking and painting. Right in there. I'm going to think about the other side too. Now this is the bedroom up front, caulking and painting.
Okay.
That's upside down. Flip it around. There we go. There and there and there.
Okay.
This is another look at the panel box. You can see the temperatures look much better now, and the panel box looks fine to me. Well, this is at the stairs. This is again up and down the stair. I just took a picture at the bottom and a picture at the top. There are several locations that need some caulking and painting.
Yeah.
Right in here, along there.
Yeah, even before we moved in, we had to have them caulk everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the steps, and you don't even go upstairs that much, but.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't know the heat wasn't working.
Okay.
You're not up there, yeah. Then so again here, right here and here. Again, this will take them no time. Just go around with a brush and fix it. This is when I realized on the second floor that it wasn't heating, and then I had to confirm that I had the thermostat on. I went back to the thermostat. That's just where that's at, and checked. I had it on 90 degrees and on heat.
Wow. And
then I've got a video inside the attic here in a minute. Again, this is more of the same, heat not working. This is inside that's up here.
Okay.
Cracking up in there. So just some paint needed there. This is for me. The state requires that we put the depth of the insulation. The minimum is 12 inches. You get more than they require.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your first air handler there. They did not insulate the condensate lines. These need to be insulated because in the summertime they will drip condensation onto the flooring here. They can cause mold and wood damage. Also can attract rodents, insects. They also forgot to put a float switch on the drain pan. Now some cities it's not required, but if they won't do it, I recommend you doing it because these are both located above the second floor. And if there's a problem with the pan or with it up there, it's gonna go through the whole structure.
Okay.
So, if they won't do it, it's only like $150 per unit.
Okay.
The insulation at the cover for the filter has come loose, and they didn't put that back in place. And then you do know you can put a 4-inch here, right?
Yeah. I had a 4-inch before.
Okay. You just
Yeah, I'm using a 1-inch right now.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure you knew that.
But you recommend 4-inch for?
Yeah. Otherwise, you're up there every month.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Which I mean, it's fine if you mind. I hate when I have to do it.
Yeah.
So it takes a couple minutes just to paint.
Yep.
Okay, here's a video of the inside of the first furnace. We're going to be looking here at the burner compartment. We're looking for nice blue flames, no white or yellow or orange in there. This is to show that it's operating properly. This is the one that's doing the first floor.
Okay.
There we go. Nice blue. There we go. Nice blue flames. That's what we want. Nice, good combustion in there.
Good.
Let's get my flashlight up to look at some other things. This is your other unit. Same thing. They're missing a condensate or insulation on the condensate lines, and they're missing a float switch.
Mm-hmm.
This is again just showing that there's a 1-inch 16 by 25 filter, and it's okay. Here's the picture of the video of the. It's the one that's not working.
Mm-hmm.
You probably can't tell. I can hear it's trying to.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to start.
It's operational.
It's just not starting. So there's nothing. It's just not. And I checked the power that it's connected to, and there is power to it. So it's not like the thermocoupler is not starting.
So if worst case, like if there's something wrong with the unit, they're gonna have to replace.
It depends what's wrong. Yeah. They'll either repair it or replace it. It's under warranty.
Okay.
It's good, for 5 years or more.
Okay.
So that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
This is some more cracking. This is inside a window.
Okay.
So these are I'm just going to go to the windows here. These need a bunch of caulking.
Gotcha.
Every one of these windows needs some caulking or painting.
Mm-hmm. And probably the main reason was the heating issue.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not controlling the moisture.
Yeah.
This is the sink up there. Same thing. We need caulking and painting in there. This is the third look at the panel box, and it looks good.
Okay.
So panel looked fine the whole time. This is the door going from the house to the structure. This is supposed to be what's called self-closing.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you open it up, you let go of it, it shuts. It's a fire door, so that if you don't have those self-closing hinges, that compromises the fire rating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was in the code. They took it out of the code. I still call it out because it's a fire safety issue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something we're going to put in the report. Hopefully the builder will do that.
Okay. And this is where it's coming loose, the around the edges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had this pic. That's fine. So I don't have to. That's fine. I'll remember.
Maybe
that.
Right afterwards we'll just write something on paper.
I'll remember. I won't forget. I won't forget. That's it.
Okay.
Any questions?
Wooden floors. I noticed that there's crackling, especially during
separation.
Time.
That may come and go depending on the humidity in the house.
Mm-hmm.
If it's probably you can see some. I did notice some of that. That's one of those things that will come and go. It shouldn't get any worse though.
Okay. Yeah. So it's nothing for we won't be able to do much about it just because of temperature variation.
Yeah. They're gonna say it's coming. It's gonna come and go and they may even say that about some of the caulking and painting, but that's cheap. I don't think they're gonna have to come on that. I don't think they're gonna push back on that because that's sending your guy for an hour or so just caulking and painting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
All right. Good.
Yeah. So that's about.